This film also had the creepiest Santa. And you could,
oh my god, yes! We need to find the fourth dimension, and by finding all these tiny little perfect things that happen in our neighborhood or in our town or whatever, we're gonna find the fourth dimension, and we're missing one. I'll pick Andrew Garfield. Peter 3.
Peter 3.
Ooh, that comic book filter.
This green ball?
This green tennis ball is Vecna, yeah. Yeah. We're talking about Chippendales the dancers, right? Not Chippendales the chipmunks? Okay, I was just making sure. I didn't see it, but I know what you're talking about.
One day, somewhere. Hello, Cinema Peeps.
Hey, Cinema Peeps.
Oh, I'm ready for my Christmas sweaters. I think I'm gonna start wearing my Christmas sweaters.
Heck yeah. Getting all cozy and bundled up.
Right, like there's no snow yet, which, knock on wood, it's been great.
Wait, that's plastic. Wood.
Wood. But, like, anytime there's a little bit of a wind, though, you're like, ooh, now I feel it.
Well, last night I was out for a drive, and, like, just this one section of the highway that I was on, I drove through it, and it was like that kind of like dusting of snow where it's like it looks like it's okay, we're gonna get a snow blizzard here. It's just the light dusting, and I'm like, all right, I'm ready for it. And then the second I got off the highway and turned into the neighborhood, that's it. It was like that one section was just I'm like, did I just enter another dimension, or like a time warp, like a black hole? Like, what happened?
I think because there's the Sim City game. I think there was just a giant person dusting their city with a little bit of like powdered sugar.
Yeah.
And was like, yep, here we go. This is life.
Go. Yep.
As all the poor Sim people down below go, ah!
It was so weird because it was by a factory too. So part of me was like, was that from the factory? Like, what was that? It was so weird.
I'm going to say highly probable. I've unfortunately watched too many unsolved crime mysteries. Stuff where there was literally it was on Forensic Files where there was this I wish I could remember what kind of, I don't think it was like an oil and gas company, but it was again like a factory of some kind, and I think when they were cooling, because they had to cool off like their barrels or something, they created this like unnatural fog that covered a highway. And there was just like a whole bunch of accidents and deaths because you literally couldn't see. So like people got out of their vehicles, and then people would just fucking hit the next one and the next one. It was wild.
Oh my lord.
I think they got, unfortunately I don't think they got really that sued. I think they just got little like,
slap on the wrist. Don't
do that again. Like, get better. And I'm like, damn.
Wow.
I think originally people were chalking it up because I can't remember which state it was now, but I guess it was known to have, like, that area was known to have fog, but not that bad. But
interesting.
So I think it was a mix of that and this factory of whatever it's doing. So I think that's what happened.
Possibly. We will never know.
Blame the factories.
Blame the factories, yeah.
Just kidding. Not really blame all the factories. Keep them accountable, people. Anyway, I don't know about you. I didn't really watch anything this week, but I've been seeing lots of new trailers for Christmas films, and I'm pumped.
Well, we should definitely talk about that because, like I said, ever since we started talking about the Hallmark movies, I've done nothing but watch Hallmark movies. So
excellent.
Yeah. I literally should count how many I have up in the queue on my PVR already, but I think I have recorded. I think about 10. And then, like, scheduled to record, I'm pretty sure there's, like, 30. Like, there's a lot.
Heck yeah. I guess to be fair, the only thing I watched this week was Face Off, because Netflix has put only 2 seasons, which is fucking bonkers, but whatever. So I've been rewatching Face Off, and it's been a treat. It's been a delight. A little tweet. Yeah. But yeah, there was 2 promos for new Christmas films. Both, I believe, are for Amazon. The one I know for sure is for Amazon Prime. It stars Eddie Murphy. And at first it seemed very like a little generic, it's like, oh, there's like a big fuck, what do they call them? Like lights festival in the neighborhood. Oh, yeah. Whoever has the best setup. So Eddie Murphy goes to this magical shop where there's this elf that grants him his wish, but it turns out she's a super evil elf. And then, so I don't know how she like fulfills. It wasn't made clear how she like fulfills their wish, or even if she does at all.
Okay.
So definitely like a little Ursula situation, and then turns the people who she's tricked into, like, as they joked, McDonald's toys, but they look so like they joke about it, but it looks like, I don't know, I love the look of it. It looks great.
Ooh, okay, I guess I'll have to check this out.
So it's like a weird mix of like, yeah, there's like a holiday message, but it's almost like sinister and evil that I'm here for.
Interesting.
And the evil elf is played by that girl who I cannot remember her name right now, but I'm pretty sure it's the same girl who is in Brittany Runs a Marathon and that God Fairy one.
Okay, yeah. Mm-hmm.
That was on Disney Plus couple years ago now.
Yeah, she was also in 22 Jump Street.
Yeah, so she's the evil elf.
Oh, nice.
So I'm kind of excited if she has like a back, like if we're going to learn more about her background of why like she's particularly evil. So I'm very interested in what this lore of this movie's about.
Huh, interesting.
And it has Eddie Murphy in it. And I mean, I know he's done like a little bit like more recently, but like I feel like early Eddie Murphy, like he was funny. Like,
he was.
And then he went away for a little bit. I don't know if it was because of why. Maybe it was for personal reasons. I don't know.
Yeah.
But I'm kind of happy to see him poking around again. So.
Heck yeah.
But yeah, I believe that one for sure is on Amazon Prime. I believe, I might be wrong. I think it comes out December 1st.
Okay, cool.
But I could be wrong. So don't hold me to it. And the other one, which I only know because it was on Robbie Amell's Instagram, is that he's in a Christmas movie with Leah Minister.
Oh,
that's not even close, is it?
Leighton Meester.
Lane Meester, thank you. Yeah. Who married Anakin Skywalker.
Yes, so she was from XOXO Gossip Girl.
Gossip Girl.
Yep.
Although that one, I'm not like I get the general gist because like he shared that one clip, but it looks like it's from the movie itself. Mm-hmm. But I haven't seen like a proper trailer anywhere yet.
Okay.
Granted, I should have like actually like looked for it. I was just kind of like perusing Instagram. I was like, oh, that's cool, and I just made a mental note of it. But
cool, yeah, that should be good.
See.
I'm excited for that one. He also just released, I think, I haven't delved too much into it because I've been busy, but the third season of Upload, I believe, is now also on Prime too. So I'm excited to watch that as well.
I'm wondering. Because I did feel like that season 3 just came out of fucking nowhere. Yeah,
there was like, well, I mean, technically there was still the writer's strike and the actor's strike happening too, so I feel like they probably weren't allowed to promote anything.
Right, so that's why I'm wondering if it was already on Amazon or maybe. So I'm wondering if that's why we didn't see any promo. Then out of nowhere it was like, boom, boom, boom. And then they're like, oh yeah, by the way, Code 8 Part 2. Yeah. And here's this and this. And I'm just like, so much content. So much.
Hold on.
I'm trying to fight off all the content. It was wild. But yeah, I'll have to Google because I already forgot the title of that one. I just call it Robbie Amell's Christmas.
Robbie Amell's Christmas. I think it's called Xmas, you said.
Did I say that?
Yeah, because we were talking about it last time. I'm pretty sure we were talking about it. Or no, was it? No, hold on.
No.
Maybe it was Zena. I think it was Zena who was telling me about it.
Okay, cool.
Yeah.
Thanks, Zena. I don't remember jack shit. I just remember her coming down the stairs, and they were like, and he's like, "What are you doing here? You uninvited me from my life. You're not allowed to come to Christmas." And I was like, "Yeah,
yeah."
So I'm curious to see what that is, but again, I think that one's on Prime.
Okay,
I think he even said it was on that other channel, Fido. The one that sounds like a dog.
Freebie or something.
Yeah, but he said if you're in Canada, that's Prime. So I was like, okay, cool.
Okay, cool. Yeah, cool.
Cool.
I'm excited though, because I feel like it's nice to see a few more Christmas movies kind of coming out in the works. Because I feel like, I mean, there's there's the classics obviously, and every so often a good one comes in to add into the collection. I mean, the Hallmark movies for sure definitely are like pounding their way through it, But like Spirited last year's definitely gonna be another one I watch this year.
I really wanted to watch that one last night, but I did not give myself enough time.
No, that one definitely I'm gonna start watching come December. Right. And then The Holiday on Netflix is really good too. It's not just a Christmas movie, but like it's like all the holiday, like all the occasions.
Oh right, the one with Emma Roberts.
Emma Roberts, yeah, that one's pretty funny. Yeah. And then the other one is Love Hard, which is a Christmas movie, and that one's really cute too. So I'll probably watch that one again this year.
Yeah, I'll have to peruse and see what. It's always hard. It's always hard picking what the first stuff to start. Then after that, it's just like let's go. Right? Go.
Oh, and the Lindsay Lohan one too. I definitely want to watch that again too.
God damn. The list is just ever growing.
Right?
We were just talking about, we're like, I'm not going to have time to fit in all this Hallmark stuff before we finish up the podcast for the year, but goddamn, we're going to have so much to watch.
Oh, yeah.
But yeah, those are the 2 Christmas ads I saw this week,
nice.
And I was super excited.
Hell yeah, I'm very excited too. Anything with Robbie Amell, I'm down.
Right, like I said, am I a pretty easy moviegoer person? Yes. If you are in the Arrowverse, I will watch whatever you put out.
Hell yeah.
As long as it's within reason.
Yeah, exactly.
I can't just, if it's on a streaming service I don't own, like, sorry.
Yeah, no, I'll do my best to support, but that's on you at that point.
I know you personally didn't do it, but like that's on you. Okay?
Right?
That's on you.
It's like you can't blame everybody in Ted Lasso. You obviously have to blame I don't know, blame Apple, I don't know, whoever agreed to only let them stream it on Apple. But it's like, come on, that show needs to be seen by everybody. So why do we have to make everybody sign up for an Apple TV account just to be able to watch Ted Lasso?
I know. I think personally Apple either needs to start paying me or the show, because basically anyone who's like, hey, I have an Apple membership, what do I watch? I go Ted Lasso. Yeah. So someone should be paying me is what I'm trying to. I advocate for that show all the time. Yeah. Like, oh, you don't have it?
You're a Ted Lasso ambassador now.
Exactly. Literally, like Apple TV, like either pay me or put it on DVD, all right? Yep. If not, I'm just going to tell everyone, use their free thing. You're putting it out there, I'll tell them to use the free thing and tell them, here's what you watch, and then you never subscribe again.
Yeah.
So I'm just who's drunk? You drunk? I'm drunk. I'm going to put that out there, Apple, okay? Just going to throw that out there in the ether.
You have been told.
Right? Well, I guess I have been watching a new show, because... it has Jesse Martin in it from The Flash. Nice. That's literally the only reason I'm watching the show.
Hell yeah.
I keep forgetting what it's called, and I've already watched 6 episodes.
I was just going to ask, what is it called?
I think it's called The Irrational.
Okay.
The Irrational? Yeah.
Interesting.
He plays a psychology professor, so his whole shtick is that he uses the human behavior to solve crimes. Oh. So it is very much a police. I know they're not like quite the same, but basically anybody who has a random job that is integrated into the police, I just kind of lump them all together as police dramas.
Yeah.
Because they all follow very basic, easy story beats.
Right.
And I mean, it's not like a terrible thing, but they're not overly stimuli creative shows. But
yeah.
Did I just watch it because Jesse Martin was in it? 100%. And I will say, all my thoughts are already conjumbled together. But to continue on the thought of like very basic storytelling, the first episode, you meet 2 characters in AA. I mean, my mom were like, oh, that's the bad guy because he looks pretty evil. But then we're like, wait a second. I bet you it's a red herring because he's just like so obviously like cast for bad guy material.
Yeah.
That it probably won't be him. And it turns out it wasn't. It was the other guy. Dun, dun, dun. I was like, wow, what great storytelling. Again, I don't want to because I feel like this is made for very easy content, like digestible.
Yeah.
But like, I don't know. It doesn't reinvent the wheel. It just kind of continues to, trudge along the trail.
Yep.
And the mystery that kind of, I guess, keeps you tuned in, I guess, week after week. Or in our case, we go, ooh, was that a new show that happened? Oh, look, we can watch it on demand. Is this whole thing with Jesse Martin's character where as a young man, he was at a church rally of some kind. Because we don't pay attention, like our brains are just mush.
Mm-hmm.
But there's some sort of like I don't know if there was actually a political rally. I think he said him and his friends were just meeting up at church to hang out, and his friend went back in the building, and this guy goes running past Jesse Martin's character, and then this bomb explodes where I think they said 25 people died, and he was the only survivor.
Oh,
and
shit.
he gets this gnarly scar,
Mm-hmm.
a burn mark, which I gotta say, maybe just because I've been watching Face Off so much, but shout out to that burn makeup. It was so well. I actually thought that was his face. I was like, I didn't remember him having. I was like, oh yeah, I guess so. And then I was like, well, wait, it's fake. I'm fucking stupid. What's wrong with me? So like, props to the makeup department for doing a very good burn makeup. 10
Nice.
out of 10. And yeah, basically he is driven by his guilt because he cannot remember a single thing about that day. He goes, I just remember, being on the ground, and that's it. He doesn't remember the guy running out of the church, and so he kind of dedicated his life to working on like the psychology of the brain.
Mm-hmm.
And coincidentally, just to kind of continue the show moving its gears, he remembers a little bit each episode, and you find out, oh, it's a bigger plot than it was. Jazz hands.
Jazz hands.
Like I said, it's not reinventing the wheel or anything, but like, I don't know, it's an okay show.
Nice.
I'll probably finish season 1 and go, you know what, that was good. I don't know. There's nothing, like, I think right now it's just kind of the show me and my mom are watching together.
Yeah.
So I'll be honest, if Jesse wasn't in it, I probably wouldn't watch it. So I don't know. It might be, I mean, this is probably way too early of a prediction. It might probably not get a season 2. But who knows? Maybe it will. Obviously, I don't want to be a cynic and be like, hey, it's not going to get season 2.
Yeah.
Because I want, again, like I just said, we'll support anybody in the Arrowverse. Like, I want him to succeed.
Right?
And I think he's really good. So, that's kind of up to the studio execs and everybody else. So,
yeah.
We'll see how it rolls.
We'll see how it rolls. He's got to be the easiest actor for wardrobe. Like, because he just wears the same stuff in all projects that he's in, pretty much. So either they just go, yeah, wear what you want, or he just goes, I'll just bring my own stuff. Like, I wonder how often he actually needs to get fitted for, like, for anything for the shows that he's on, right?
Probably for at least a new nice suit once in a while, because the man needs a couple new suits, and then he
True.
can walk off set.
Yeah, that's true. Yeah, if maybe he gets if he's doing some action, he'll probably need like one that he can rough up and one that's like, for the scenes where it can't get dirty. Or maybe he's got like the mannequin heads in his trailer, and there's like 10 of them that each have like a toque. That toque that he wears.
Hell yeah. He does wear a toque sometimes. Yeah,
he does.
In the show too, he wears a toque.
Yeah.
Maybe he writes it in. He's like, hey, listen, the wardrobe. I do wonder to a degree, like, I know we're poking fun and teasing, but I do wonder to a degree, like, as an actor, especially on a show like I understand, like, maybe a superhero show, you can't just, even though actors have told stories of walking off sets with, like superhero suits and shit like that.
Yeah.
But on like a show where it's like, yeah, you have more like regular people clothes, what do you do with those at the end? Like,
right?
Do you just keep the, like, to me it makes sense to be like, hey, listen, man, like, show's over, do you want to keep some of this? Like,
I often
they give it
wonder
to like
that
a
too.
Salvation Army, or like, like,
yeah, because like, I mean, when we were in school, we basically would do that. We'd go to like Value Village and try to find things for like certain costumes, or some of the actors would just bring their own, or like show us options that they had, and then we'd be like, yeah, okay, we'll pick this, that, and the other thing. So yeah, that's interesting. I wonder if there is anything that gets donated, or if they have like a warehouse where they kind of store all the like basic generic stuff that just can get tailored depending on the actor that they're needing to use it for.
Like, again, stuff like cop uniforms or like nurses' outfits, I could see them keeping, because like universally you could just use that for another show or something like that. But yeah, like a wool cat, it's like, who are you gonna give that to?
I feel like, you know what, maybe this is going to be our breakout thing. We should do a documentary or figure out how we can make a documentary on like those behind the scenes type stuff, because like doing like watching the Face Off ones is cool to learn about, like, you know, what goes into like special effects makeup and all that kind of stuff, but even just to like learn about what goes in to like wardrobe and just like what happens to sets and wardrobe and everything after a show is done. Like, I know some people, like some studios will keep it, some you know, if they feel like the show is going to be a big hit going forward and it's going to be like, you know, stand the test of time, they'll maybe want to save stuff to put in a museum later, or like auction off or whatever. So I'd be curious to know like what happens after all that.
What do you do with all that stuff,
right? Because like I know Sam and Dean each went away with, or well, Jared and Jensen each went away with an Impala after Supernatural ended. So that was pretty cool.
Right, but I think they said there was only... Like, I think they said they had 6, but, like, 2 of them were not functioning.
Yeah.
They were mostly used for, like, interior shots and, like, stuff like that. But I thought there was only, like, maybe 2 or 3 of them that were actually functional cars.
Yeah, because, well, originally, in the beginning, they had the one, which was a real working car, but it was... like you could only drive it like maybe a block before it would break down kind of thing, and that's what they ended up like using for the first while. And then they were able to like get a hold, once the show picked up, obviously they were able to get a hold of people to kind of rebuild some and rebuild the engine so that they had actual functioning cars to drive, ones that they could use as stunts, ones that were just like prop to like sit there kind of thing. And then I remember Jensen was saying, or he posted in on Instagram saying that he was like on set one day eating lunch and just kind of walking around the lot, and he kind of saw this like broken down car like grown over by trees and like weeds and moss and everything like that, and he was like, oh, that's kind of crazy. And then when he like looked a little closer, he realized it was the Impala from season 1, and it was just like completely, it was the one they totaled like with a semi truck at the end of the season.
Oh wow.
So it was just like completely like grown over by trees and stuff like that, and they just left it there. So I was like, that's kind of cool.
Damn.
Yeah.
Nature do what nature does.
Right?
All right, I know we're kind of all over the place today, but the thought of you saying him walking on set. So just last week's episode, we were talking, we're like, oh, are these films really like filmed in Germany?
Yeah.
So that German Hallmark film, because I follow my boy, Jonathan Bennett.
Heck
and
yeah.
He was in Germany and actually ran into them on the set.
Oh, really?
Filming that Hallmark film.
No way.
So I confirm, yes, I guess parts of it were at least filmed in Germany because he ran into them.
Nice. There you go. Okay, cool.
I was like, what a small world.
What a small world indeed. Well, I mean, speaking of the Hallmark movies, I mean, I watched 3 of them this week.
Damn. Because I think this week I'm going to have to watch like one every night, or at least something every night.
Right? Well,
just to catch up.
I mean, the schedule that Hallmark has right now is they're releasing new ones every Thursday, Friday, Saturday, and Sunday. So we watched Christmas House 2, Deck Those Halls.
Hells yeah.
And it is equally as good as the first one, so yes. I think you're going to love it.
Oh, yes.
They definitely turned up the cheese, and
I love it.
Just the style they do, like, I don't want to spoil too much, I don't want to give it away, but they kind of basically the general premise of the second one is that because he owns the Christmas house now, him and his producer, who is Nora from The Flash, she's like, we got you on a competition show to compete in Deck Those Halls, so because your family does a Christmas house, like, you can be the king of Christmas kind of thing, right? And he's like, I don't want to be the king of Christmas. But then his brother's like, no, we're gonna like compete against each other. So then Jonathan Bennett competes against the main guy, his brother, for like doing that. But the style that they do it in is like Modern Family, where they have them on the couch interviewing them as they're doing everything.
I fucking love that.
Yeah, so you're gonna love it.
Fuck yeah. I may just because I've seen like clips of Modern Family resurfacing again, and I really enjoyed that show.
It's such a great show.
I feel like maybe it's just because like there's obviously like I think negative Nellies for like any kind of like popular media content, and people are like, I don't really like it that much. I'm like, it's so good though.
They honestly they really did a good job of like just studying the behaviors of different families, I guess, and finding like ways to turn it into a humorous thing, or at least like taking those moments, because there's so like I feel like you could probably agree too, there's so many moments out of each family that you're like, oh my god, that's like my family kind of thing, right? Yeah.
And yeah, they're obviously not like picture perfect, and I think that's obviously the point of the show. But like, you always have so many diverse families, so they can't cover everything.
Yeah.
But I think what they did do, I think I really enjoyed it. So
right,
if you're saying that's what Christmas House 2 is, I'm pretty fucking pumped.
Heck yeah, it's
I'm
pretty
excited.
Good. Yeah, I'm excited to hear your thoughts on it. It's definitely really funny. So then the other 3 I watched were Checking It Twice, which
that's right.
Yeah.
You sent me that snap. You're like, I get the hockey reference now. Yeah. I'm like, oh yeah.
Because it's technically the first one on the official list for this year's Hallmark Christmas movies.
Yes,
and I know that last episode we said nay to that one. But it was on, and I know my mom was like, it's got hockey in it. No, don't want to know about it. But I ended up recording it anyway, and we did watch it. And yeah, I was telling you in the Snapchat, I'm like, I don't understand why it's called Checking It Twice. Checking It Twice is like a reference to Santa's list, right? Like, so you'd think that has something to do with Santa. But then being that it's about a hockey player, and I'm like, oh, like checking, like, you know, checking the boards kind of thing, right? Like a hockey reference. Okay, now I get it.
It's a double entendre.
Yeah, exactly.
Hallmark, you so silly. We know what you're doing.
Silly. Yeah, we see what you did there. But yeah, that one's pretty sweet. It's not so much corny or wacky, but it's got a sweet story. So I was pleasantly surprised by that one. That was pretty good.
Okay.
And then I watched Journey Back to Christmas with Candace Cameron Bure.
Oh, that's the time travel one.
Yeah, that one's from 2016. So that's like
with the golden retrievers and stuff.
Yeah.
I enjoyed that one. I thought that one was fun.
Right? That
for like
one was
a time
actually
travel.
not too bad. Yeah.
Pretty standard. I was like, hell yeah.
Hell yeah. And it also stars Oliver Hudson, Kate Hudson's brother, so that's pretty cool.
Oh yeah.
Yeah. Although I wasn't it was funny, like at one point in that story, I wasn't sure what's going on, because obviously watching these Hallmark movies, you kind of can start to at least think you predict like what's happening with the story. So I thought that her like traveling to the future and meeting with like Oliver Hudson's character, I'm like, okay, so these guys are gonna fall in love somehow, or like something's gonna happen between these two. And then they have that scene where they like slow dance together, and then all of a sudden his cop partner comes in and she's all offended that like they danced, and I'm like, and then his sister's like, how could you do that? You know, do you see the way she stares at you? And I'm like, whoa, where did this come out of nowhere, huh?
What's happening?
What's happening? Yeah, exactly.
Right, so it was a nice twist that, you know, they were just kind of helping each other, like, not, you know, helping each other, like, in that sense. But, like, not the two leads. But, I mean, also, I think kind of makes it a little bit cleaner for the time travel movie, because obviously if they fall in love, that could,
which is what, I think that's what drew my curiosity initially to that, was I was like, how is this going to work? Is she just going to stay in the present and, like, you know, adapt, or is he going to follow her back, or are they just going to break it off and that's that? Like, how does this work, right? But I will say I did appreciate the way that they portrayed the, like, the 40s and stuff like that. I feel like they really, like, they didn't go crazy, but I feel like they put enough effort into, like, the set and the costumes and the behaviors and, like, the things that they would talk about to kind of, like, embody the 40s. So it didn't feel like it was like, it didn't take you out of it kind of thing. You didn't feel like, oh, that's all fake. Like it felt natural. So that I was impressed by that. Yeah,
like I remember, I think we watched that for one of our drunk escapades, I'm pretty sure. But I really enjoyed that one. I was like, oh yeah, this is like simple, easy. What was my thought? There's another, I think it's called A Timeless Christmas. You should watch that one.
Okay.
That also has time travel, but that one has an interesting ending, so you'll have to let me know what you think.
Okay.
If you ever end up, I'm pretty sure it's Timeless Christmas, but I'll let you know if I'm wrong.
Okay.
But again, sticking to Christmas Journey, I did think it was a nice, sweet story, and I I just remember a lot about the golden retrievers. I'm like, I'm trying really hard to think, but I'm like, oh yeah, there was like a golden retriever whole thing because like her and her husband have like golden retrievers. And I'm like, why is that the only thing I remember is the dogs? I don't remember anything else about the people but the dogs.
Right, and it was a sweet story, yeah, definitely. And then the last one I watched was completely out of morbid curiosity, but it was Reba McEntire's Christmas in Tune. Or something along those lines. I can't remember what it was. Like something to do with being in tune for Christmas. But I watched, or I recorded it, being like, you know what, Reba can be a hoot sometimes. So let's just see what this is all about. And then, to my pleasant surprise, I did not realize that John Schneider, who plays Jonathan Kent in Smallville, great actor, brilliant character, he is also starring in that movie as well. So I was like, oh, okay, this just made it like 10 times better. Great.
See, if you're in that Arrowverse, we'll come. We'll
Perfect.
come.
Yep, exactly.
We'll come to watch, okay? Don't get any weird ideas, okay? I realize what I said.
I'm glad you corrected yourself.
Get those thoughts out of your head, okay?
You dirty-minded people.
Dirty. But hell yeah. McIntyre Christmas.
A McIntyre Christmas, yep.
McIntyre Christmas.
Yep.
I promise I'll watch some this week. I promise.
Heck yeah.
I promise. Pinky swear. I promise.
Well, and I'm excited too because they are showing a lot of the ones from last year as well. So like the Holiday Sitter is going to be on later in December. So is Christmas Class Reunion. The one that you were telling me about the Christmas Family Tree. So I have that one recorded.
Yep.
I think there was another. Oh, Next Stop Christmas is also going to be showed too. So you bet your bottom dollar I got that one on my PVR.
Bet your bottom dollar it's on my PVR.
Hell yeah.
But anyways, guys, I think that'll do it for today's episode. Sorry, it was it went to strange places, but listen, that's us, okay? When it goes to strange places, you just gotta get used to it, okay? You just gotta get used to it. If you stayed this long, really appreciate it. Could you consider leaving us a little like-sees and leave a comment down below? Have you already started watching some Hallmark films? Any recommendations? Any new shows we should know about? And consider subscribing to two pretty cool gals. This is Kaylee and Kendra. I am cold and I'm putting on a sweater. Remember to watch all the content and we'll see you next time. Bye-bye.
Bye-bye.
Monkey.